everyone, and welcome to another Wing and Tail Outdoors video. I'm Angelo, and today I'm excited. I'm going to be reviewing a rifle that I just purchased so that I could hunt in the rifle seasons in New York and Pennsylvania. This is a Remington 742 Woodsmaster. It is semi-automatic, chambered in .30-06. I'm going to be sighting it in today, and I'm going to be sampling two different types of ammunition. They're both Remington core locked. This is a soft point. This is the 165 grain ammo, and this is the same but in 180 grains. I got two different types of bullet weights so that I could try to see which one this gun prefers. A lot of guns, they can shoot a lot of the same ammos accurately, but they do prefer different bullets, and I'm going to find out today which one this likes. So stick around, stay tuned, and we hope you like this content. If you do, please leave a like down below. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel. A couple things about this firearm before I shoot it. Like I said, this is the Remington 742 Woodsmaster. This model was produced in 1966. That is the same year that Remington celebrated their 150th anniversary. This model was given an inscription and engraving on the side to signify that anniversary. It also has a compass embedded in the stock. This model, like I said, is semi-automatic and can hold a total of 5 rounds. 1 can be placed in the chamber, and 4 can be placed in this small magazine that can be ejected from the bottom. This model here, I have put a small Bushnell 1-4 low power varial optic on here. This is really good for small range. I don't anticipate taking any long shots. We're going to be in the north woods of the northeast of the United States. Mostly I'm going to be hunting in New York and Pennsylvania. It's going to be a lot of big woods. I don't anticipate having to take a very large shot. This scope is probably going to be perfect. I'm going to get it sighted in. Let's see how it shoots. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Remington core locked soft point bullets in .30-06. This is the 165 grain bullet, and this is the 180 grain bullet. And you can see the difference in the two bullets right here. The 165 grain bullet comes to a little bit more of a point, and the 180 grain bullet keeps its thickness all the way to the point. The 180 grain bullet might have a little bit more stopping power. Let's see which one of these bullets the Remington 742 prefers. Before we go any further, I just want to say a couple things about gun safety. Please make sure that anytime you are operating a firearm, you are doing so in a safe manner. The barrel should always be pointed in a safe direction. Your finger should never go onto the trigger unless you intend on pulling it, and you should always know what your target is and what is beyond your target. Today I am at a public shooting range. I also have a barrel flag here with me so that if anyone comes near me, they know that if they see that, my gun is safely unloaded. If I am over my firearm in a firing position, they know that I am going to be firing and they need to stay at a safe distance. I also have my personal protective gear with me. I've got my hearing protection and I've got my eye protection. Even targets that are downrange could still send shrapnel back towards the shooter, so you always want to make sure that you have your eyes protected. And we all know that guns can be very loud and they can damage your hearing. Please make sure that you're always using adequate hearing protection. So my first reaction, I'm actually very pleased with this firearm. It's shooting very well. It's not having any problems, no jamming, which this model has had a little bit of a bad rap for having some jamming. One of the things that can happen with this firearm is the magazine, when they produced these, were metal magazines and they had a very small tolerance. Some of the jamming comes from the tolerance that is in between this feeder lip here, and I have seen online that shaving this down will take away a lot of those problems. I haven't had a single problem with this firearm as of yet. Another thing that may be a problem is because these models were semi-automatic, they also have a threaded carrier bolt here. That tolerance also can kind of get a little bit tricky, and over time that can actually start to make a little bit of an engraving inside the chamber. I inspected this rifle as soon as I purchased it, and I did not see anything that I should be concerned about. And again, like I said, I'm not having any issues with it. So it seems like we've got ourselves a very good rifle. We were able to sight it in at 10 yards. We are now going to move the target out to 50 yards. I'm going to sight it in so that it is a little high at 50 yards, so that when we're shooting anything that might potentially be at 100 yards, we'll be at a good level. I don't have it perfectly sighted in. We're just going to check out the groups for now, and we'll see how the gun is firing, and we'll see which bullet that this gun prefers. Okay guys, let's see how that turned out. Okay guys, so as you can see here, this is the 180 grain here, and this is the 165 grain here. Now, I had put 3 shots on each target. The only thing is, the first 2 here were decent, and then we had a third one that was low. Now, I thought maybe that might be because the barrel was hot. I felt good about the shot. I didn't think I pulled it, so I just wanted to take another shot to confirm, and it actually ended up being right next to it. So I'm actually kind of perplexed by this. Either this is the group here, and these are flyers, or the temperature of the barrel started to affect the shot. So I'm not going to completely write off the 180. I'm going to have to do another test, unfortunately, probably another time, to come back and see how the 180 shoots on a colder barrel. Obviously, we had to come in. This was a scope that I used on a rifle platform that I have. It was 5.56, and we wanted to make sure that the scope was sighted in for 30.06, and we sighted it in to get on paper at about 10 yards. And then we brought it out to 50 yards to make sure that we were on paper. There's a couple dots here that we just made sure that we were sighted in, and then we wanted to decide our groupings. Now, regardless, I had already taken a couple shots. The barrel was a little warm, and I ended up putting a 4th shot on the grouping of 165 just to see if it acted the same way as this. So I'm thinking that for now, I'm just going to go into this hunting season. I'm going to use the 165 grain bullet. It seems to be a little bit more consistent. As you can see, the 4th bullet that I put on was also low, so it could be potentially because the barrel was hotter, a little bit dirtier. So we're going to say that they both could be low. Obviously, this is 180 grains. The discrepancy is going to be a little bit stronger. Still, the grouping from before was a 1-inch group. So the 165 grain grouping was 1 inch at 50 yards with the 30.06, and then it ended up going to 1.5 inches when I put that 4th round in. Now, again, I'm not going to completely write off the 180 grain bullets, but it does seem to favor the 165 grain, even if the bullets are going to run a little bit different with the gun being dirty or gun being hot. I'd rather the smaller discrepancy in the field than I would a larger discrepancy. Now, the first 2 shots was a 2-inch group, and the second 2-inch is about 1 inch and 1/8. So even still, regardless, even if you just take the 2 groups by themselves, the 165 grain bullet is definitely grouping a lot better. So that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoy this type of format, just let us know. Please like down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We're going to be bringing more content like this to you guys, gun reviews, ammo reviews, and gear reviews. If there's something specific that you guys would like to see reviewed, just please leave a comment down below. Let us know what that is. We can also be found on our podcast, the Wing and Tail Boys podcast, on the Sportsman's Empire Podcast Network. We can also be found on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you guys like the content there, please leave us a review. And if you want to on Apple, you can also leave us a written review. There you have it. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, success is just a commitment away. I'd like to thank Andover Hunt and Fish, a partner of the channel and a big help to getting us what we need so that we could be successful in the outdoors. Whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, or hiking, they've got all the things that we need. They've got bows, arrows, and a bow tuning station so that you can get set up to your specifications. They've got used guns and new guns with ammo to go with it, accessories and tools to help you work on those firearms as well. They've got a large fishing section with tackle, lures, fishing rods, fishing line. They've got kayak equipment, oars, life vests, and they also have a great live bait section. Please make sure you check them out, guys, and thanks again.